exit interview recorded December 27th, 1985 in Los Angeles.
Autopsies revealed that the tumors were pure lead.
It killed them? Can you explain why the results could not be reproduced in the United States?
I have my theories. My homeland for those years. It's impossible to understand.
You have to find her, Nicky. Only way.
This is your penultimate act of witness. The promise of the prophets was always freedom from death. And here it is. You will watch and record my death, my resurrection. And together we will be free. You are no longer in any danger. I fixed the elevator. It will take you to freedom. We will all of us be free. Now, my son.
explain. I know. I am supposed to be dead. No such luck. I am older than sin, but somehow the only one left. Because of Billy. He takes care of me. He may think I'm his father. He certainly loves me, the poor idiot. Do you know what this symbol represents? It warns of a nanohazard. Microscopic machines. Technology we have had for decades but never mastered. Kirchhoff discovered in my research a workaround. Turning the cells in the human body into nanofactories. It's the natural function of cells to produce molecules, but through psychosomatic direction, we engineered the precise molecules necessary. Mind over body. It was foolish and wrong to think we could control it. To use madmen to make something so strong. You have to stop him to murder Billy. Turn off his life support, his anesthesia. You have to undo what I've done. No one can get out of this place while he lives. You must kill him.
What is that thing, Dennis?
Hey guys, just wanted to say, you probably noticed that there was no audio in the video on my part. Some of you were probably really happy with that. Others probably don't care, I imagine. But yeah, no, I had some microphone problems during the entirety of the game, which is incredibly unfortunate because obviously, for the last video, you would kind of expect some reactions, or if not expect some reactions, at least some commentary, or if not commentary, at least, someone saying something. And I was saying a lot of things, and I was screaming a lot of things, and, even me just talking about how great this game was, and I was trying to bring up all these points, and I went in and I was talking about it throughout the whole game, and, even the credits and stuff, and, there was nothing in the video. Only after I went to edit the video, I had realized my mistake. But yeah, again, apologies on that. I genuinely had no idea that that was going to happen. But anyway, I want to talk a little bit about this game. I won't be able to talk about it as much now, but so I just want to say a few things about this game that I really enjoyed. First off, the entirety of the game, absolutely brilliant. From start to finish, it was just amazing. The game itself was great. The mechanics were amazing. The bringing out the camcorder and stuff. I know I said I played Outlast 2 and, I played that back in 2019, but this game, I think, from what I can remember from the second one, I think this one is definitely better. And I felt like this game was way more scary than the second one. Now, I haven't played the second one in a very long time, so, my opinion on that is probably going to change if I ever play it again. But this was a really great game. There was not one thing about this game that did not make me almost shit myself. It was genuinely scary, which I loved because you never had that moment of peace. You never had that moment of, like, oh, everything's okay and I'm not going to get hurt. No, like, for every second of the way for me, it always felt like someone was watching me or was going to get me, or I was always on my toes. And I love that about this game. There were a few things that I didn't like about this game, but they're very minor things. But first off, I wasn't kept up with the story at all, which I probably should have been more, active in trying to figure out what was going on, maybe. I didn't get all the documents and the notes that I probably could have gotten in this game, but, hopefully it won't really matter too much. Hopefully I got majority of the documents and the notes. But if I haven't, again, apologies for that. But I am not playing this game again to get all that stuff because, good God, I'm just definitely going to have a heart attack. I'm most certainly going to have a heart attack if I play this game again. The characters were amazing. The big guy, brilliant. Traeger, probably my favorite character. I mean, he's the one that snipped off our hands, or, well, our fingers, really. And yeah, he was just, I found him funny, but I also found him to be more kind of mentally insane, that he was experimenting on people and he was actually just torturing them for the sake of torturing them. And the big guy, again, he just kind of, was the big guy that just kind of came after you a few times. You had the two naked guys. They were okay. They didn't really, add anything. I think they were just kind of more normal. Well, I say normal, all of them were pretty fucked up, but there wasn't anything about them personality-wise that made them stand out other than they just wanted to kill people. Father Martin was, he was okay. You just had to follow him around majority of the time, and, but, yeah, like, he wasn't terrible, but it wasn't, anything to shout out about either. But, I would give this game a solid 9 out of 10. This is a game that I would highly recommend to anyone who loves horror or anything like that. Just make sure you're of age before you play this game. Yeah, but no, this game was great. If I had to say some bad things about this game, which they're very minor things, overall this game is amazing, but there's like 3 things that I didn't like about this game. If I had to be a bit, if I had to give it some criticism or just be a bit critical, I think it got a bit repetitive when it came to doing. You had to do like two valves or two buttons, or you had to do a key, or you had to do this. Now I know that they kind of had to do something like that in order to get you to interact with all these, you know, villains and people that try to kill you and stuff like that. I get that, but it just felt like rinse and repeat for some parts of it, which was a bit like, okay, it could just be boiled down to a button and a key, or you know, even just a button and then run to a completely different area and then do something else. But then there was the sometimes it was very hard to figure out where the hell you had to go in this game. Um, there were times where um, the game tries to guide you in a direction and you just genuinely hand on heart have no idea where to go. Like for example, there was a time where I had to climb up a table to climb into a vent and I didn't see it for the longest time, and I think I was looking where to go for like 25 minutes straight just trying to figure it out, and I had no idea I was supposed to climb up. Um, Another thing that kind of annoyed me was I remember I was trying to run away from these guys coming after me, and I was supposed to push like a bunch of lockers or barricades at one point, and the barricade was like practically out of the way, and I couldn't even open the door, and that kind of got my first death in the game, which I was a bit like disappointed about. Um, but yeah, like it's just small stuff like that. It's just like I could have went through that door really, but another thing was the bugging and the glitching out with the camera. It was an effect that I think was needed for the game, especially because the camera fell down on the ground and stuff. But there were times where it was a bit like, just hard for me to figure out where to, like, oh god, where the hell is, where am I going? What's going on? Because this thing is just kind of like freaking out on the screen. But again, it's just those are very minor things, nothing to absolutely destroy the game over. This is one of the best games, one of the best horror games I think I've ever played. In my entire life, and for anyone that's watched any of my videos on Outlast, and for anyone who has watched up to this very point in this video, thank you all so much for watching, and again, massive apologies for the audio problem. That was a massive screw up on my part, and only after I started editing it, I was like, oh my god, this is bad. I can't play the game again to react these actions, or have these same reactions again. But I love the game, but I don't love it that much. But yeah, but anyway, guys, that's just a little side note and just what I thought about the game. And again, thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in the next video.